Welcome back to episode 8 of Nice to Meet You podcast. Today on the pod we've got Geady
in the seat. I thought I was getting a trim here, bro.
We got him down from the Obel Tower into Ballymena onto the barber seat. We were going to give him a wee fresh fade, but you're actually pretty fresh.
I actually got topped up yesterday,
at the
bro.
minute, like
got topped up.
He's got things to do. He needs to look sharp.
Always got things to do, bro. Always.
And you might actually notice a bit of a different setup. We've got Tyler Productions in on us today. He's sponsoring this podcast, so the setup is going to look a bit more professional. It's looking pretty slick. Lights are everywhere. We're mic'd up differently, so big shout out to Tyler Douglas Productions. We're going to tag him on all our socials and the bios of the YouTube and Instagram, so make sure you check him out. But Geady, straight into it. It's good. It's actually good to have you on, bro.
It's good to be here, bro.
Yeah, it's
definitely
good, man.
Here, the setup is.
It's looking sick, isn't it?
The setup.
It's pretty cool.
Big time.
It was good before Tyler came because of like the barber place just looked sick. You got flipping Tupac,
even in the clips,
Biggie and all that. It's good, like.
But
Tyler just took it a level up with the lighting, like the free multi-camera
setup.
Shouts
out Tyler.
Shout out to Tyler. Place is looking good, but. Geady, actually, I had you on my list for a while. We were talking about the hit list.
I've been on the hit list. You tried to get me at Mackle's event.
I did.
You've got me now. Like.
This is how I met this guy. So before I started making content, most people know this, but I didn't start till like March, April time. So quite late, only this year.
Of this year. Or
and I seen you do your thing for a while. I think I maybe downloaded TikTok the end of last year.
Right.
Had a flick through it. I was like, I'm not the kind of guy to go on this and like do shit. I didn't think it was for me. But I kept watching things, and I actually seen you. You're probably the one that showed up the most. You know, where there probably is an NI scene. Yeah. There is an NI scene at the minute, isn't there?
Definitely. Yeah.
And I think I seen you were probably the first one that appeared for me. I think.
Okay.
And I seen you actually do an interview.
Public interview.
Yeah. And I seen you do it, and I was like.
So pretty much what you're saying is you stole it, Moran, and I'm here now. Like.
You know what? I looked at it and I was like, it's something I used to work in Starbucks, and I think I told you this, and I was doing that kind of shit anyway behind the Starbucks till. Hey girl,
public interviews or
proper interviews, like
just
bits of interviews, throwing random
like
shit.
That, G.
Like you'd have come in to get your latte, and I was asking you what turns you on, and shit.
Disciplinary.
And I seen this guy do it on TikTok.
That's why he's not working there anymore.
Long story short, they got this man away. And I was like, I actually feel like I could do this on TikTok and really run with it. Yeah. Here I am later. 8 months running
fully at it. Here,
now.
that is what we love to see, mate.
So
the public interviews are good crack.
They are good.
They're brilliant.
They are
because it's one of them things you've no idea what you're gonna get.
No.
See, like even from a marketing standpoint, it's like. See, the more raw content is on TikTok, the better it performs. Like,
the more organic. Like
exactly. I don't know if you've seen the ones we posted there last week where we're giving away the.
Oh yeah, I seen that. Giving away you were trying to give away for like an Apple phone.
Yeah, so resell for £1,500, and we were offering this guy for £50. So we were literally walking down into Belfast. First person was seeing me. I was just like, right.
Is that one to fuck off?
Yeah. So I was like, these two geezers over here, both standing there pinting. It was about 2 o'clock, like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Mate, first one couldn't have went fucking better. Like, it was absolutely brilliant. But yeah, the public stuff is always
it's
so
where
good.
It's at, and like as I was saying, I seen you do your thing, and I thought I could run with it, and I have. But you're the first one I seen on the scene. Yeah. And you done well first. I knew you were probably doing quite well, and then I seen you put up. I think you put up a TikTok about your Right Now social, and that you were doing this full time, you'd left your jobs, and I felt like you were good to get on the podcast to really give value to people listening and watching.
For sure, yeah, definitely.
Because you've monetized your passion. You're passionate about creating content. You've got a social media agency now. Yeah. Your own podcast. So how did that kind of actually start? Like, what made you just throw up a video and
going back? So, long story short, anyway, I had a previous 9-to-5 back in 2020. Around the same time as COVID, got furloughed from it. Now at that time, I was doing a lot of e-commerce, so pretty much I was drop shipping online, just through Instagram. So it was drop shipping, so I was already really in the online kind of space. Then I started the agency, and at that time I was like running Facebook ads for like local businesses, like no big massive retainers or anything like that. Yeah. But that's a stage whenever I was like, right, I've got guaranteed income off the retainers for that. plus the money that the e-commerce was bringing in. So I left my 9-to-5, went full time, which was, it's a class feeling. Like when you first do it, it's unreal, mate.
It's a liberating thing. See, leaving the job you fucking hate is the best feeling in the world.
I didn't hate my last job. It definitely served its purpose for me, but like, yeah, when you go full time with something where you're like, this is actually mine,
It's
and
your own
there's
thing,
no
like-
cap on how much you can make as well. It's class.
It is
So yeah, was doing that there, and then like for me, the whole TikTok thing, it wasn't a big massive strategy. It wasn't a big massive plan. Kind of what it started off just for a bit of crack, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? And that's the good thing about it, is that you've no idea like where things can lead to. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, was doing that there at the start, mate. I was pushing out like food videos, like best
I
eats.
seen that. You were doing a lot of date night stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of like, this is a new food joint.
Like a lot of kind of NI kind of
seen
based
that.
stuff, whereas
Yeah,
now
yeah.
the content's changed now. Like I don't really do that kind of
No,
stuff
I've seen
anymore.
that.
Probably actually should start doing some, to be fair, and that's stuff that me and Jed have spoke about. But now we just kind of like, obviously, wait there, I'm getting sidetracked. So how did it start? Yeah, videos started going off, long story short anyway, them kind of food ones, and that's whenever places started reaching out to me. And because I had the agency anyway that was mainly focused on ads, I was being like, hold on here, it's not just a one-off video I could do for you. I could actually offer you this on a more consistent basis. So started up just signing up clients, and then again the videos were getting really good results for them. So I was like, right, there's something in this. And then on the back end, just kind of tweaked a few things with the agency and decided to kind of ditch doing the paid ads, because that time it was so fucking tricky, to be honest, man. And just went full content. And yeah, was doing that there freelance. And then probably about the start of this year, I was like, you know what, in order for me to scale this, I need to get more people in the business, so I'm not actually the one doing the work. Just systemized
Work
it.
smarter, like
100%.
hustle
mate.
hard, hustle smart.
Hustle harder, hustle smarter. 50 cents.
Yeah,
Have you listened to it?
I've listened
Mate,
to
it's
it.
fucking
It's
dope.
fucking unreal.
It's
Have you
so
finished it?
good. Yeah, completely finished
I
it.
finished it,
Listen
I
to
think
it
last
on
week.
Audible. Mate, it's fucking
so
brilliant.
it's really
What a
good.
G. So yeah, got on that there. Now, like long story short, now anyway, me and Jed actually have officially teamed up on the agency as well.
Oh right, he's in on it now.
Yeah, he's in on it. So yeah, bro. By the time this
Unstoppable now, lad.
big time. Nah, bro. That's the thing. Back to what you said. It's what you're passionate about, mate.
Yeah,
So
100%.
like, there's no limits to where there is no limits to where you can take it. Same as what you're doing. There's no limits to where you can take it. And the game of social media, there's so many opportunities to just be constantly every day. Your inbox there'll be something new, and that's just the beauty of the game that we're in. You know.
No, it is, mate. And whenever I seen your things, actually, like I've obviously looked through your comment box, like, and I was like,
man gets it tough. Man gets it tough.
Man, damn, get roasted on the
Yeah.
thing, like. And I met you at the Mackles event.
Yeah.
First time I seen you talking to someone actually, and I was like, oh, fuck, that's your man.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder what he's actually like.
In
if
real
if
life.
I speak to him.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not gonna lie, whenever I went up to you, I was like, I don't know what they expect,
Yeah.
because the comments were
sort
of rough on you.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
like
yeah,
I
for
actually
sure.
do feel sorry for you. Like whenever I
Yeah.
seen them,
Yeah.
I was like, they probably don't even know this guy. But I
That's
met you,
it.
mate, and like you were as nice as could be. Like you chatted away to me, chatted away to my girlfriend for ages.
Yeah.
Like shook our hands, like spent the time of day, and I was like, this
Ah,
man
for
sounds
sure.
fuck. Like
That's the thing, bro. It's like, you know, how long is an average TikTok for me? 30 seconds. It's like,
it's not a good length of
it's
time to
hard
get
for
to know
people
someone, like.
no one can break down your personality within a 30-second clip.
Mm-hmm.
Also, a lot of hate, touch on that there. It's mainly probably a lot of guys. Like we're doing stuff that hasn't really been done over here. We are we're breaking a bit of a mold, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And naturally you will get pushback on that. Does it affect me? Yeah, sometimes I wouldn't necessarily say it's the comments themselves. I think like with where I'm at the minute, there can be a lot of pressure as well. It's like I'm running a full-time business, living up in the Obel. Like my lifestyle isn't cheap either. Do you know what I mean? It can, sometimes there can just you can feel the pressure. There's probably that.
Has there been
element.
one moment or comment or DM that's really got to you?
Not comments, G. It's never comments. It's more.
Because I've had one on my DM before, and it didn't actually hurt me, but it was kind of like, holy fuck, like this is mad. I had someone in my DM saying that I was like a misogynist.
Really?
Over one of the videos I put up about. It was one of the car videos I did. I can't remember what the question was, but I was like, how on earth is this?
Yeah.
Like misogyny? And then it nearly, because it was in your DMs, it's I don't know, it feels personal.
Yeah. And like it's a personal attack.
Aye, and I was like, fuck.
Nah, honestly, see comments, mate. It's like my brain just kind of like, it has this barrier where it's just like.
You do read them though?
Whatever. Yeah. I'll go
I
through
read
it.
every comment in my box.
Really?
read every one.
I'll
I
just
actually try to reply to
I'll
most
just kind of flick through. Honestly, the comments kind of side of things, nah. But what I would say is sometimes I do feel external pressure in a sense that you put yourself out to hundreds of thousands of people on a monthly basis. There's probably a lot of people who would love to see everything crumble and fall. And I can either take that, some days if I'm having an off day, that can get to me a wee bit. But there's other days where you use that as fuel to be like, keep going.
This is why I'm doing it.
Do you know what I mean? Keep going. And that's like, I honestly don't really pay all that much mind to the comments. Obviously, when something happens, like the car getting keyed, that's obviously personal.
Yeah, that was mad,
Nights
like,
out, you got some guys that come up and act funny and whip a camera in your face and stuff like that. But you got to be thick-skinned for the game.
You do.
You know what
like
I mean?
You're in the social media game. You fully expect it. Like
you do. You do. It's what comes with the package. Again, you put yourself out to hundreds of thousands of people. There's a lot of great stuff that comes from that, such as business opportunities. There will be downsides, such as jealousy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I actually had one bad encounter now. I was in Benedict's. Do you ever go out in Benedict's?
No, that's beside Lavery's.
Just
I've been once or twice
Mate,
before, but
it's actually a good night out. Like,
well, this guy's from Randallstown, like, so anything's gonna be a good night out. Like,
see if you go in
come
there.
Come out with us, boys. Bro.
Yeah. I'm waiting on my invite, bro. See there before Alibi. Like, I actually think it's pretty decent. Like,
you do seem like an Alibi type.
Mate, Alibi was
earrings and all, spicy.
I know, spice boys. And I was doing interviews in Benedict's, and it's probably not the best place to do interviews because it's really loud and really busy.
Okay,
But I thought, fuck it, we'll whip the mics out and we'll do it. But the question was rough. Like, I probably will not ask the question.
Mate, your questions are
unfiltered,
bro.
I was asking
you've
girls.
no filter to it. Whereas I'm like anything to do with a body count, anything like that, I'm like,
you're out there.
No way. Like,
see, this night.
Whereas you're just, how long should a man last in bed? Like, doesn't care at all. Like, fair though.
I have a girlfriend's video in it too.
I know, she's sitting there laughing. It's longer than him.
I'm like 2.5 minutes and we're good. Like,
we're done.
But that night, mate, I was asking girls, have you thought about someone else while having sex?
Right.
So it's a pretty mad question. Like, it is quite heavy because you don't probably want to admit that shit. And I was asking these girls, there was about 3 or 4 of them, and like they were all taken, but I didn't know this at the time. Like they had actually.
They
were in a relationship with people, which is fine. Like, I interview everybody, but they were in a relationship with people, and I didn't know they were in Benedict's as well.
Yeah.
One of them weren't that happy with the question.
The guy was in Benedict's?
But they weren't there when I was doing the interviews.
Obviously not, yeah.
And then I interviewed, it didn't actually work. Actually, I think we didn't end up filming it, or we maybe filmed like the first 30 seconds of it, and then we cut it, because like there was 3 or 4 of them, but only one of them actually answered.
Yeah.
But anyway, the guys were in Benedict's and pulled me across, and we're like, what the fuck?
3 of them?
Aye. And I was like, shit.
Your bird sitting there.
Aye, and I was like,
phone out.
I was like, gee, my girlfriend's here, like, honestly,
it's calm. I'll delete the video.
Recently I'll delete it. Like, I'm not out here, like, stealing your girl, like.
Yeah.
But that's probably, and they, to be fair to them, they were actually really nice about it, like, they weren't that mad. But have you had a mad encounter either with your public interviews or just a night out in general?
Public interviews, yes, in a sense that people message after being like deleted. Nights out, yeah, mate, definitely. Like, there was whenever we're out together, especially me and Jed together, there is a lot of people, especially in Belfast, busy place, where it is a bit mad. I'm not gonna cut it up to say anything else. It is a bit nuts. It's constant people coming up for photos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And see, recently, mate, a lot of it has been, you guys are fucking killing it.
That's cool.
Love to see it. There's been a switch recently, mate, where people are actually like, do you know what? We respect these guys. Whereas, see, before, you would have got a lot of lads kind of coming up, and you kind of know when someone's going to try some funny shit. Like, a group of lads would be kind of smirking and stuff like that. Next thing you know,
you can smell it coming.
Phones in your face. And say we're sitting in a Dirty Onion, there's a group of lads around you. As the night goes on, they obviously get a wee bit more drunk, get a wee bit more confident. There was a couple, it was about a month and a bit ago, we were out, and mate, I'm not joking, these group of guys, virgins, were literally just sitting there, flash on, like not even doing anything, just like trying to provoke us. And I was literally like, mate, you're in a bar, go talk to someone, like go do something. I'm out with my mates, do you know what I mean? It's like, we had people around us, girls and stuff like that. I was like, what are you doing? Do you know what I mean? I just think there's a lot of lame people over here as well, just like people who are like, I would never carry myself like that. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, it's daft, but just that kind of stuff, mate. Never no fights or anything like that.
That's good.
with them guys, we were kind of like, get the fuck out of here, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not taking it, do you know what I mean? Like, so, yeah.
No, it is very far and few between. It's that only happened to me once because I did interview a friend and asked him something pretty fucking mad, like.
Yeah.
But apart from that, see nights out for me, mate. Like there's dead on as you can be.
Yeah.
Photos as well.
Yeah.
Like it's sound like, but I actually find myself not enjoying my nights out as much anymore because I'd rather do the content on a night out than actually go out.
Yeah.
Like I bumped into you there on Friday, and I did do a wee bit of content. Actually, I think I did one video.
Yeah.
But I actually struggle to go out, party, and not video and enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's hard for me now. Like.
Yeah. No, I get you. So you'll do the interviews. For what we kind of do is like just kind of record like our experiences. So say night out kind of thing. But like I haven't really done like the night out videos always.
They're good, mate.
Sweet as
Aren't
well.
they? They're
always
funny. Like.
they always bang for the content, like or for engagement and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
But nah, I haven't done one in a while. But I know what you mean. Sometimes you do just want to just like phones off, just like enjoy yourself, you know. But yeah.
No, mate, and the Northern Ireland scene, like I was kind of touching on it at the start, like before I had made content, there is a bit of a scene going on. Like I've seen recently, Vava had like the awards ceremony. I think Jed, your mate, won one of the awards. So there is like breaking a mold, as you were saying.
Yeah.
Do you follow anybody in the scene? Like, is there someone like you like love watching, or what's your kind of views on the scene in general? You think it's a good thing?
In terms of the Northern Irish kind of scene?
Yeah.
I think like it's weird because there's obviously people that have done very well for themselves and are respected a lot. The likes of like Joel M, like he's obviously a magician.
He's Blue Peter. No,
yeah, exactly.
That's sick.
Magician. But like I would like he's a magician and stuff like that. Massive respect. I actually think the guy Rate the Ralph, that guy Connell, he's pretty funny.
He's doing really well with like the meme kind of videos, isn't he?
He's got the process quite good in the sense that he'll shoot the one video and then just
reuse
text.
it. Like,
so it's like his
post-production.
You're sorted, like you're sorted for
it's
content.
Unbelievable.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas like for the nature of the kind of content that I do, it's like you need to be coming up with the ideas.
You need
all the
something
time.
new,
like
fresh.
It's new and fresh. Do you know what I mean? So
you can't reuse.
It's hard for that consistency all the time. Like whether that be an experience or again like doing something with the Travises where we're out and about. So it's like it is hard to stay on top of that consistency. But yeah, I would say people like that. Like there's a lot of people who've done very, very fucking well, and I've a good relationship with a lot of the people kind of in the scene as well. Do you know? But even yourself, mate. Do you know what I mean? Doing stuff with NI and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like it's great to see.
Mad,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I say I watched the scene for a while,
Yeah.
kind of seeing who was about, what people are actually doing, what people in Northern Ireland want to make, what people in Northern Ireland actually want to watch.
Yeah.
Because like you don't want to put out something that people don't actually see value in.
Yeah.
I think that's the most important thing about starting.
Yeah.
Is like what can you give value to?
That's it. It's like whenever you post, you want it to trigger some sort of an emotion, i.e. when people see it, say for your like kind of funny ones, you want them to either laugh or be like, fuck, I need to tag my mates or I need to send that on. So that feeds the algorithm of what it wants, which is shares, comments, likes, etc. So whenever you're posting, you want it to trigger some sort of an emotion or the person, whether it be value-based content where they actually gain something and learn from it. So yeah.
Yeah, and what would your advice be to someone like maybe trying to start? Like say there's a guy out there, a girl out there, mate, that is our age, don't know how to start, can't afford a setup.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you even do? Like, how do you even put someone on TikTok?
You definitely don't need to afford a setup. Like it's your iPhone these days. That's really all you need. You know, you don't need DSLR camera or anything like that. In fact, TikTok actually probably prefers iPhone content or any phone content, but it's one of them things as well. Like understand why is it you're wanting to get started? Is it maybe just for views and a bit of crack? If it is, fair enough. But if it's actually something, say for your business, say you're a PT, choose your niche. Really look at other people that are in the game. Look at other creators. Take inspiration from them and have your own twist on it. I would just say as well, let your personality flow as well, because it's like it's video content. That's your opportunity to just let your personality flow. People get a real sense of like who and what you are. And that would probably be the main things that I would really say is like find your niche, definitely stick to it. Don't just go broad and try to do everything. Don't be like trying to do fitness, lifestyle, like
try and stick to the one
thing. The algorithm as well needs to know, right, what is your actual account around as well. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, find your niche, stick to it, look at other creators that are in the space, take inspiration from them and let your personality flow. Don't overthink it as well. A lot of people will message me and be like, oh, I want to get started, but I'm afraid of like what my mates will say and stuff like that. you just need to put up a bit of a barrier and just be like, fuck it, do you know what I mean? Like you've got one life, like you're not gonna let, you know, the opinion of others stop you back from, if you really do want to push out some content and have fun with it, do you know what I mean? Like definitely do
as you say, mate, like it's mad though.
Like look at this guy, he asked people how long should they last in bed, and next thing he's interviewing the Northern Ireland team,
like it's
so
mad.
You have to have fun
like
with it.
It's mad. Like as I say, I just started off, mate, for fun, asking people mad shit.
Yeah.
End up Northern Ireland takes to me, do you want to do some stuff for us? I said, absolutely.
Exactly.
Do presenting for them now.
That's the thing,
like,
the opportunities.
Never intended for all this. Obviously, I loved it, and I was like, I'd love to do this full time if possible. Yeah. But I knew realistically, probably, I don't know if I can use this. Yeah. And the podcast was the main thing I wanted, to be fair, but I didn't feel like I could put it out straight away.
See, that's the thing as well. It's like, you need to have a bit of a backup as well. It's like, I don't do TikTok full time. Like, the agency is what I do full time. It's like, and I think a lot of people do just see me as like, all TikToker, you go around, make videos, and you're getting paid for TikTok views. TikTok views
they pay nothing,
all, bro.
TikTok
like,
give you fuck all.
You ain't getting paid for them. Like you'd be lucky if you get a Subway.
It's more from like your from the business,
from the agency, and that's what a lot of people don't. That's what people don't see. And like I am gonna start talking a lot about that and putting that in a lot more of my content. But a lot of people will just see, like, probably do just think, oh, he just lives off TikTok money. No, it isn't like that at all. It's like we provide a service for businesses and build brands across social media. That's what I do from day to day. Like today,
TikTok is just the exposure part of it.
TikTok's the exposure. It's for business as well. That's where your exposure. If you just want new eyes on your product, on yourself, TikTok's the platform to be. But yeah, that's what I do full time, is run the agency. Like today I'm in the office from 10 until 5 doing stuff for the agency, building out websites, all that kind of stuff. You know, there's so much more to it than people see, you know. So
for the agency you run, like, for people who maybe don't know what the agency is, what does it actually do? So you just run on different businesses' socials then?
Yeah, pretty much. So the biggest focus at the minute, there's so many stuff we want to do, but the biggest focus at the minute is content creation and social media management. We have a team of content creators with a graphic designer in-house who can also do website, but the main focus at the minute is content creation and social media management. So we'll sign clients up, completely create all their content. They don't need to worry about their socials anymore. Biggest area we focus on is short form video content. Why? Because that's what both TikTok and obviously TikTok, but mainly Instagram push out now as well. So that's what we do. We'll sign clients up, completely create all their content, manage their social media as well, and run that.
That's pretty sick, man.
Yeah, it is.
That's sick.
It is class. Like, mate. So we recently brought on a new client, City Picnic. I don't know if you know who they are. They're in Belfast City Centre anyway. Really nice food spot. And part of the campaign we're doing for them is, like, you ever see Donald Trump make America great again?
Yeah,
it's like
I think I've seen that on your Instagram.
Make burgers great again.
And
mate, we're literally running around Belfast doing with 20 burgers, like going up to people and be like, do you want a free burger? Right, okay, look into the camera and say, City Picnic, you've made burgers great again. But we went up to like Jelvis, we went up to like a busker in the street, and he's shouting over the microphone. And it's like, do you know what, sick, mate? I'm 24. Building business with my friends, like the graphic designer literally went to my primary school. Jed, we're brothers. He's now brought in the business. Mate, I'm having a fucking class time while we're doing it. You know, it's not your average 9 to 5. I'm not waking up every day and being, oh fuck, like I'm dreading my boss, like I'm getting a bollock, I'm sitting behind the desk. I've done that for 2.5 years. What I'm doing now, we're fucking loving. And do you know what? We provide a lot of good value for our clients as well. So yeah, I've never been happier in terms of what I'm doing, in terms of the people I'm around, my own content, the business, everything's
so your own
good.
Content has kind of changed, as you were saying. Like, what's your strategy for it now, or do you even have a strategy? Do you just post when you can?
Yeah, bro. Like literally, like a lot of times we're very busy. Like that's the thing as well. Is like sometimes my own content does.
You probably don't need to post anymore.
No, you do. Yeah,
you do. You feel like you do?
Yeah, hell yeah, you definitely do. So my own content, sometimes you do kind of feel like has to take a back burner because I'm putting a lot of energy into the clients. Yeah. So it's like, instead of out creating my own content, we're out creating the client's content, which can definitely make my own stuff take a bit of a back burner. But you got to take a bit of a sacrifice. Now we've got a very, very good team in-house that I probably will be able to trust the guys to be like, right, go send it for the clients. Me and Jed can focus on, because we want to do, like, we do a lot of cross collaborative content. Typically any video we're in together does like 100,000 views. Do you know what I mean? So we definitely want to be doing that kind of stuff. But
a bit more,
like I also went through like a phase of, like, I had a videographer buzzing around me all the time for my own personal content. So he would just be following me around, and not like I was pumping out very consistent then. Whereas now, I need to be creating a lot of my own stuff, which is time, and it is a lot of effort goes into it as well.
Yeah.
It's not an easy game though.
No.
You can say
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
See,
man,
for anyone from the outside, it's like, oh,
It's-
so them boys, all they do is go around making videos.
It's tough,
Hell
man.
no, man.
It's tough.
tough.
Like, I love it. Like, I mostly do mine on nights out, or if I'm out in the port on a Sunday chilling, getting food. The podcast, which I do during the evening, sometimes on a Sunday, is probably my main thing.
Yeah.
And I would encourage anybody like to start a video podcast.
Yeah.
And like I know you started one, Hard Listen.
Hard Listen Pod.
Shout out to Hard Listen.
We need to get you on it as well, too.
100%. Yeah. But like I think that's the best way for me, because you get the long format, which goes up on YouTube.
You've got the clips.
And then you get
Exactly.
20, 15 clips easy.
Exactly.
And you can post that on your podcast channel or your YouTube shorts, your
Exactly,
own personal TikTok. And I think that's how I am at the minute, is probably where my schedule's at.
Yeah.
And because it doesn't eat up as much of your time.
Exactly.
You just have to edit a few of the clips. And
Timestamp it, and then
then you're kind of sweet. But where are you at with the Hard Listen then?
Good
How
question,
did that kind
bro.
of come about?
Yeah, so, well, I actually feel like
It's quite new, isn't it? There's a couple
to-
episodes up.
Me and Jed, we've got a couple episodes. We've had a couple guests and stuff like that. For us, sometimes it is locking down the time to actually sit down and record it, because again, we've both got very busy schedules. Like, even though the podcast studio is literally in our
Obel Tower.
place, it can still be tricky. But what podcast is a good opportunity, one, to meet a lot of new people, and two, give that bit of inner depth on who me and Jed actually are and what we actually do. Because back to what I said about people's perceptions, people will perceive you within that 30-second video when we're out on a night out, and we've been praying up in Argaff and we're having a good time, and people will be like, oh, this guy comes across like this, whatever image they have in their head. So like by shooting long form and just having a conversation like what we're doing now, people actually get a better feel for who you actually are, what you actually do. So it definitely can break down the silos for people's perceptions, as well as, I mean, podcast is a business in itself as well. You can get sponsorships, so you obviously can be making money off that, which is important as well. So all them kind of aspects combined is how the pod came
What about
about.
the name Hard Listen? How did that come about?
Well, you said you're active in the TikTok comments, like.
Yeah. I was about to say, is it because the comments are like hard watch?
Hard watch is.
So you're like, let's use that.
So you're like, do you know what? These comments keep reoccurring. Let's flip it on its head and let's play off that. Let's run it up. Hard Listen Pod. So the haters.
I love the name, to be fair. Like it is
exactly.
It is
We've
good.
got the branding and everything. Like it's clean. Like,
I think
it is
obviously
clean.
Jed, he's like into that shit. I don't know, but maybe
he's
both of you did it.
Yeah, he's
but like
super.
it was good. Like I love the wee announcement video and all. But it was cool.
The
Like,
skit,
it was cool. Like
skit.
I thought you were maybe going to I thought maybe see if you used the comments for that video or something.
Yeah,
that
like
would have been
reply
sick.
to a comment.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know, but I love the name. Like
Nah, thank you, bro.
It's pretty
Thank
cool.
you.
Like
Nah, we definitely need to just stay more consistent with the podcast. Like everything, bro. We're figuring a lot of stuff out as well. We've got businesses to run, our own personal content podcast. We'll get there where everything's just flowing so consistent. But yeah, I like podcasting. It's a good opportunity to just sit down with someone that you've seen online, you've maybe never met before, and just have a good in-depth conversation.
Yeah,
You
I think definitely putting it on video is probably where it's at. 'Cause I had a few people, say to me about starting one, and some people talked to me, they actually had one going, and it was up for the audio
podcast?
only. Yeah.
Audio only,
and they had audio only, and I always do say to them, like, get it on video.
See, on Spotify, you
Like-
can add in the video as well.
Yeah, you can, yeah.
And you can add balls and all at the end. It's class.
It's like
it's really
Spotify's went mad on the video content. The first time I realised that, actually, I was listening to Andrew Tate on the Fellas pod.
You like Tate, do you? Tate?
What's your opinion on Tate, to be fair?
See, right, I'll be honest, I actually
Some of the stuff
I haven't looked into him enough to make a proper comment, but there's a lot of so his clips would come up with me, and from business
you couldn't have
standpoint,
not seen
the
him
guy
now, like-
seems pretty clued in. There's obviously some stuff that he'll come out with you're like, ouch, it's a bit irrational.
You wouldn't
but there's
post it, like.
there's definitely a lot of stuff that he comes off with that I'm like, you know what? I think
There is
that's
some
fair.
value, like he talks a lot. I seen one earlier and I saved it. Actually, he talked about how to make money. That was it. It was just a full video on how to make money.
Escape the Matrix.
Escape the Matrix. And I was like, this is fucking proper good.
Yeah.
And it was as simple as, if you see a coffee shop in your local town, why do they make money? Why do people go into it? When you like get the answer from them questions, you basically have the answer to your business.
Yeah.
Basically,
I
like,
find it
I
out
can
your
set up
why.
a coffee shop in a better location, a better looking girl serving people, better customer service, a better queue,
Yeah.
and people will go to it, like,
Yeah,
and like, that's kind of the shit he talks about.
Nah, he's
It's
definitely
fucking-
got a lot of value.
Some of the stuff is proper.
From business standpoint, he's definitely got a lot of value. Like, but again, I haven't like properly delved in and like consumed a lot of his content for me to say what I think about.
Do you watch like any of the English scene in the TikTok? So you get Chef Dave, Simple Simon, Luke Bennett, Cal the Dragon.
Honestly, bro, yeah,
watch
obviously,
anything?
like I'll see it, but I'm not a massive scroller on my phone. Like if you look at my screen time, I probably spend a wee bit more time on Instagram, and that's from messaging people probably a lot as well.
DMing the girls, like.
And the DMs, bro. But TikTok, I actually don't even scroll on it like that much. Like max 15 odd minutes a day. It's like TikToks will come up to me and there's people's faces that you'll recognize and stuff. But nah, I don't pay much mind. I used to watch like YouTubers and stuff like that quite a lot back in the day, Casey Neistat and stuff like that.
KSI or any boys like that?
So like Sidemen a wee bit. Like, do you know what I mean? I always would have like more kept up with the likes of like Logan Paul, especially from the pod, and then he'd be banging out some vids on YouTube. But like, I wouldn't be a massive consumer, mate, to be honest, in terms of content.
No, I would be, but mate, you get sucked into a rabbit hole, like, and I mean, you could be scrolling on it for hours. But I do get that. See, once you start like actually making content yourself and posting content, like I find myself, I'd rather just post myself.
That's what it is.
Than watch someone else. I'm like, I could be posting and letting someone else watch mine rather than watch someone else.
Consuming someone else, exactly.
But is there any plans going forward, like with your content strategy or what you want to post, or do you have an idea what you're looking to do going forward?
To be honest, with the nature of the content that I make, like there's no trends, there's no dances. It's literally just it's my life. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like it's what I'm up to, what I'm doing. So obviously, in terms of the own content, what is the strategy? Good question.
I want to change mine up a bit. Like, you know what I'd love to do, mate. Like, and I think. Might just announce it now, but a Northern Ireland Tinder edition. You ever seen the Sidemen Tinder?
I haven't, no.
No, mate, fucking banging. So have you seen it, Tyler? Yeah, it's class. Like, so you
what
get
ways
all.
It work?
We were talking about it actually recently. So you get all the Sidemen, and they did one with Logan Paul as well, and they're all lined up, and then they bring on girls. So they're all lined up in a queue, and then there's one girl behind like a frame.
Yeah.
Like this is all in
like
person.
a Love Is
in
Blind type of thing.
Yeah, kind of, but they're in like a Tinder frame, right? And like they basically have to stand in front of this girl and give her the best chat up line, and then she says yes or no. Yeah. But it's funny as fuck, like, because like some of the chat lines are mad.
Decent,
so like Tyler's the main man with all this production, like. So what we're thinking of doing is literally doing some sort of like Sidemen thing for Northern Ireland. Get a bunch of lads.
You hit me up, G. Let's after this pod, let's get this going.
Get a bunch of lads, mate. We're gonna bring in girls and do like Northern Ireland Tinder.
Shoot it up in my gaff.
20 versus 1. There you go, mate.
Shoot it up in my gaff.
Do 20 versus 1.
Let's do it.
Go to haunted houses and shit. Like, I think doing that long form stuff on YouTube and then getting the clips, mate.
Sorry to interrupt you. I would like to say, see, whenever you're touching on like the Northern Irish scene, people should be coming together, mate. Like, you shouldn't be doing stuff on your own entity. People should be. There should be group chats. See if you've ideas, mate. Hit me up any fucking time, and we'll get a conversation.
100%.
That's the way it should be.
It should be like
that's why Sidemen. That's why all these boys have done so well, because it's a.
They all did well on their own, and they thought
it's a group of people.
If they come together,
it's human psychology. People always click to a group of people rather than just one person themselves.
Absolutely.
It's that kind of thing. See whether you call yourself like an influencer or anything like that. You've potentially got your 15 minutes of fame. It's what you do with it that counts. Do you know what I mean? And it's like ultimately, you're not going to be 40 still banging out public interviews. You're not going to be doing that.
Exactly.
There needs to be a set plan, and whether that be coming together with people and linking up and doing some stuff, or if you want to go off in your own way, absolutely sweet. But I do think that like people working together is so much better than just doing it yourself. Do you know what I mean? And that's what works very well with me and Jed is. We're so fucking alike in every single way. We now run the business together, podcast together, we do content and stuff together. Live together. We've done a lot more together. But bro, like definitely.
But it's a good idea. Like I'd brushed the idea by Tyler because of his fucking production setup, which is mint. Like, see, essentially, if you've got this in a studio or like your flat or whatever, you probably need a bigger place than that, to be fair. But you have that, you could easily do a Sidemen kind of video. Definitely. Not exactly like them, because you want to have your own thing going on.
100%.
But see, like,
you can take inspiration.
See, like 6 or 7 male creators in the Northern Ireland scene, and then you get 6 or 7 girls that'll line up one by one, and you throw your best chat up lines, and it's literally all for fucking fun.
What do you reckon your best chat up line is, man?
Mate, I used
Well,
to have pie.
you've been out of the game for a bit because you're in a relationship.
I know I've been out of the game, but in Starbucks, mate, they used to flow pretty good, like.
Really?
But there's
were on
some
the
pretty
ball
mad
with it?
ones. There's a lot of mad ones I do know. Like there was one that was good.
Drop any here?
There's one I dropped on my girlfriend. To be fair, it was raining outside one day, and I was like, "Hey girl, do I go out in the rain, or do I kiss in the rain and get wet twice?"
Oh. And she was game for it then?
And she was game.
Mate, that's that.
Imagine dropping that.
Did you actually do that?
Yes, mate.
That takes balls. Like,
It's fucking mad.
Especially when you're like, here, do you want sugar in your coffee? Here, also, do you want to get wet twice? Like, fuck me. Nah,
What's your best
balls,
chat line?
dude.
If we're doing a Northern Ireland Tinder, what are you dropping on these things, mate?
Oh god, mate. Tinder chat up lines. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to say too much here because I want to be respectful. Cause man's fret like I've been out of a relationship a good bit, like, but I mean I don't be on Tinder much, like, to be fair. It's one of my mates, Ryan Brawley, mate. He'd literally be sending fucking paragraphs to these girls, and it's like he'll like quickly analyze their profile. Fucking next thing you know, he's got like a full paragraph, boom, sent, and it seems to work every single time, like, so.
Flip me.
Yeah.
That's mad.
Mabby's doing it, like.
That is some crazy.
Tinder chat up lines, bro.
But we need to get that planned, like 100%. We need to get that arranged.
Yeah,
and
100%.
start pushing out some mad content, like, and see who's out
Definitely.
there up for
That's
it.
it. The extreme.
I think people would.
Because there's like more extreme the content, the better. Like 100%.
Because that's what people like to see.
Yeah.
And like even if you are in a relationship or if you're not, like you're doing it for a bit of fun. It's more strictly content.
Exactly.
Unless you're a wild man, like, and maybe
You're a
maybe
wild
not.
man. You are a wild man.
But no, it is mad. Like, and no, we'll get it arranged for sure.
100%, bro. 100%.
But we'll come to the bit of the podcast, mate. Bear at 70, you know it already. Like,
yes.
the Bieber tat.
Well, I was gonna bring this up. Man's got two Bieber
tattoos, like.
Better at 70. That was a new enough one for Biebs, but that one, mate, he got that back in 2014.
Back in the day.
Like,
That's when you know.
I was one of the first.
Man's a fan. Like,
so you're a Biebs fan then? Bring me back.
I'm a big Bieber fan.
How long have you been a Bieber fan?
No, like since
My World 2.0 days. Like.
yeah.
Best
My World album bangs, but
best Bieber album. I'll go
Purpose.
first. Believe, mate. Purpose is a banger, but Believe was the one where it was like he goes from being the childhood sweetheart into like, nah, I'm a bab. Like, I'm bad. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that is
like
true, actually. Well, Purpose was, I don't know.
What's your favourite tune off Purpose?
No
Sense with Travis Scott is a banger, like.
That's a good one.
You're not gonna say sorry or what do you mean here, like, are you?
I was gonna say what do you mean?
Oh, mate.
But you know what it is? You know when you haven't heard it in a while?
Yeah.
For some reason it comes back on, you're like, fuck that. That's good. Like,
good tune. Best songs off Believe. Right here with Drake. Take You, Boyfriend is a banger.
Boyfriend, mate.
One Love, banger. Such good. That's top 4. Purpose, No Sense with Travis Scott. Company's a really nice tune.
Company's a
Life
nice
is Worth Living and Purpose are good ones as well.
Good as well. Like,
Biebs is the OG, mate.
He is. What about the new album? What's your best song?
Justice, yeah. Somebody's a good tune.
I like Unstable with the Kid Lorelei.
Unstable is good. What else we got on it?
Lonely's quite good. It is depressing as fuck.
Lonely's nice. What's the one? Oh, mate, give me 2 secs.
Ghost.
Yes. Ghost is a
That's
banger.
a good one. Like,
absolute banger. Mate,
it's a love album though, but it's good.
It is. Biebs is top G, mate. He's done it all. In terms of Too Much is the one I was looking for. That is such a good tune.
That's the first one, isn't it?
First one.
Aye.
There's on
that's
YouTube.
A love song too.
Yeah, it is. But it's all love songs, man's wifed up with Hailey Biebs. Like, if I was wifed up to Hailey
You'd
Biebs,
be playing
bro,
all it.
I'd
you
be
would be writing them songs
galore, like. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, on YouTube, he performed that there live in Paris on a rooftop, mate.
I seen that.
It'll
It's a
have
music
you
video.
In the fields, bro.
Oh man.
It'll have you in the fields.
I've seen that music video. It's
he's done it all, mate. Like, you know.
We were saying we booked tickets, not together, like, but we've got tickets to go to his tour.
We might end up rolling together after this. Like.
And like, man cancelled obviously, but hopefully he's doing well. But anyway, I've got his tattoos on me. You've probably seen the Better at 70 tattoo.
Yeah.
And I always ask people on the podcast that come on, is there a tattoo or a saying that they live by in their life? And like, Better at 70 for me and my best mate actually have it as well. Yeah. And there's something for me, I'm like, just get older, get better. Yeah. Because most people do, mate. You find it, they get older, they get worse. Yeah. You know, life comes at them fast. Yeah. They start to give
down. Start to give up on their dreams.
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't want to be that guy. Like,
Yeah,
you know, I want the quality of my relationships to be good, and it's not even about money or necessarily like.
It's just about yourself
Yeah,
and
just
genuinely
about
improving yourself
yeah.
every single day.
But
100%.
is there a quote that you live by that kind of
A quote
gets
that I
you
live
going?
by? Yeah, it's gotta have to be.
Is that a Bieber one?
I was literally about to say never, never say never as a joke. Like, I wouldn't necessarily say a quote. I think it's just more a mindset. But if I did have a quote, bro, it's gotta be. Nah, I would. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't say a quote. It's kind of just more the mindset of just like push things to the fucking max all the single time. If you're committing to something, put 100% into it. Value the people that are around you. Treat them good. Yeah, just kind of more of that, man. I do live like on a wee bit of a motto of like you've got one fucking crack at it. Do you know what I mean? One crack at life. Whatever you feel passionate about, whatever you feel you're drawn towards doing, do it. Whether that be in career or like you're drawn towards this girl, like fucking send that text, ask the person out. Like just no holding back. You never want to be sitting at 70 with a bankload of regrets. You want to turn around and say, I done it as well as I could have in every aspect of my life. I feel passionate about that. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I would say more kind of general mindset rather than like specific kind of tagline or quote.
No,
maybe I do need a tagline or quote, bro.
Get a quote, mate. Get a quote tattooed on you, the fuck.
We don't miss, bro.
That's
the one.
Can't wait to see the comments.
That is the one. Like that's a clip, bro. That's a clip right there. But I'd say just more kind of the outlook on life and just kind of that mindset, definitely.
And touching on monetizing again before we hit you with a quick fire, mate.
Yeah.
How do you even start making money? I know for your business, but see someone that's starting off on TikTok and maybe they do have a podcast on the side. What's your advice to someone going, right, this is how you can actually turn that into a business, this is how you can make money out of that? Like, do you recommend people to you know, maybe do outbound work and ask companies and people to add?
So for all like TikTok,
what do you think?
For all TikTok opportunities that have ever came my way in terms of collaboration, they've all been inbound. So a brand will reach out to me. Then I'll hop on a call with them, really discover out what is it you're wanting to achieve from this, what do you want to get out of this, and here's how I can help it. And always know your worth as well. Don't go in low. Never cut yourself out.
50 cent, mate. That's
exactly.
In the book.
Hustle harder, hustle smarter.
Know your value,
don't go in low. No way. Know your value. Know your worth. But yeah, for the business, we'll reach out to places as well. Put some money into paid ads. But yeah, for people starting out as a creator, ultimately understand what. Like, definitely don't just say yes to things because you're getting like free stuff. Like, it has to be on brand with yourself. Like, don't just be like, oh yeah, I'll do that and the money's right. It's like your audience will see through that. If you do start to build up a bit of following, your audience will know when you've just done something cheap. And they say that the lifespan of an average like influencer, you've got about 2 years to really make a mark, and then you're yesterday's news. Do you know?
Is that what they say?
Well, yeah, typically you think about these people who come off, say, Love Island, like, unless there's some people that really go on and do it, and then there's some people you're the guy who used to be on a TV show. It's kind of like, you gotta play your cards smart. It's a business at the end of the day. You know, you gotta run your business smart. So yeah, definitely don't just see yourself as like someone that, oh, I get X amount of views on TikTok. You should be seeing it as, nah, this is a fucking business that I'm running, you know, and treat it like that. Definitely.
I think the only social media platform you can monetize on properly good is probably YouTube.
YouTube, yeah.
Like the TikTok, like
if
don't think you're making money on TikTok if you're getting 2 million views per video, because you're not. Like, you're really not.
You're literally not.
I think people might think that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know,
people probably think that I do TikTok full time because you get all these views. It's like you're not making bank off the views at all. Are you on the Creator Fund? Are you?
No,
I'm not even on it.
I don't think so. I think when you hit 10k, I think you can apply, but I think I maybe hit yes, but you have to go in and then like
I had in my head that
ask
it's like
for stuff. I think
they're gonna end up paying me for my views. They're not gonna give me views, so I was like, I don't want it, because I knew the money was shit anyway.
I think KSI came on his
and he literally went down his whole account and he made like, I think it was under like $1,000 or something like that for millions and millions and views.
He's like
consistently so yeah, TikTok doesn't. TikTok itself you'll not make money off, but you'll make money off brand deals who want their products and like want you to promote their products or whatever it is. So,
but what is business though is like, I think, see if you do make a viral TikTok, see like running an ad on that, and like say you do sell something on the side, say you sell merch, some shit. Say you wear the merch, that video, it's a viral video, gets maybe a couple 100k views, maybe even 1 million. And like that TikTok, it's not a sales pitch, but because they like you, because the video does well,
Yeah.
that viral TikTok can sell out your store, your online
Oh,
shop,
yeah,
whatever you've
yeah,
got going on.
100%. Like if you go into TikTok
that's
and
where-
you've got
where
your
it's good.
e-commerce product, so say you're starting a sunglasses brand, for instance, and it's not really your face or anything, you're getting models. You've obviously got TikTok Shop at the minute, where if you're pushing out organic content, there's a really good brand who do class job of the public stuff. Be Inspired. I don't know if you've seen them there in Scotland. They'll go up to people on the street. They've got like a reel of clothes, and it's like, here, do you want to try these on? Man, you've definitely seen their videos, but it's just that's guerrilla marketing. It's doing
class.
stuff with the public. It works every single time in terms of organic engagement, and that's the thing. A lot of agencies, and that's where we've done well. A lot of agencies will focus just on paid ads and forget about the organic. For businesses, like your organic is your opportunity to showcase the personality of your brand, which TikTok has done really well of. Good example of that is the likes of Ryanair.
Like they've got the face.
They've got personality.
On that,
exactly.
on the airplane.
Exactly. So like that's what brands need to be tapping into now, is like establishing your personality across social media. So again, by having if it's a product based, you can have TikTok shop link, but also just on the organic content, you can have links where people can go onto the website and actually buy. So what was your question again? I always get sidetracked on these pods.
You're good, mate.
Always.
No, we were talking about just basically monetizing, like someone starting off, how do they make money? Because I think the perception is out there that TikTok you make money, but they don't.
Yeah.
But you know what actually surprises me too? You see the amount of people, or even businesses, you've probably seen it as well, that don't believe in TikTok.
Yeah.
It's mad.
Definitely. A lot of people will still see it as like, oh, that's
It's a
the
dance
app where
app.
people dance on. It's
Bullshit,
stupid,
like.
that's fucking, it's well
Like,
stupid.
see the amount, I had obviously a sales job and that, like, see the amount of people that think you can't put business on TikTok because our audience isn't there, or
That's so
you know,
stupid.
our customers aren't there, and
my
I'm like, I'm
mum's-
sure your competitors
My
are there.
mum's never off TikTok. Like,
exactly.
You know what I mean? It's not for like the younger people, and it, like maybe in early 2020 when it was a bit of a dance app,
Because it was like musically, I think.
Yeah,
first,
it was musically
wasn't it?
first, but now, nah, bro. TikTok's like it's a leading platform, you know. So, yeah.
And I think doing content like, say, even if you are a business and you want to start a TikTok and you don't know where to go, see doing an interview show, like a podcast or a public interview, see interviewing someone that you want to be a customer, like that is like so valuable.
Yeah.
Like even just starting doing that.
Definitely.
Like if you're a business, just
There was a
go up to
brand.
Belfast.
There was a
interview
brand that
someone.
reached out to me, that No Aromas one, which is like a dupe fragrance.
Yes,
I don't know
mate,
if
I
you've
see
seen
that ad every time I scroll.
It's all, they put thousands into it, like. And again, they just reached out to me and was like, "Oh, I want you to go out in Belfast. Pretty much, I'll give you the real Tom Ford and their version of it."
Yes.
I was just doing like
I've seen
blind
that.
smell tests and a load of questions and stuff like that. But again, it's it's engaging content. The public stuff
Always, yeah.
you'll always stop on it. You will, because it's the unpredictability of it. You've no idea what's going to happen, and there's just it's always done well. So yeah, that brand are another example of one that worked with me, where they're putting ad spend behind it and they're getting class results off it. So yeah,
That's cool, mate. And finishing off a little bit, the Obel Tower, you and Jed obviously share it.
yeah.
How did that come about then?
So right, me and Jed knew each other way back, but we were never like really good mates. I knew him for a friend of a friend way back. Then he was working for Outside In, the clothing brand.
Yeah.
Invited me along for a photo shoot, and then we kind of like cracked on there. Then he was in a relationship, I was in a relationship, started going out on double dates, and then that's when we were like, fuck, we actually became
Good friends. Now,
good mates after that, but like we weren't going out all the time, and definitely weren't at the level we are now. Then I left my 9 to 5, and I work in the office that I do now in Belfast, and he left his, and I was like, mate, you need to, if you're going like full time by yourself, you need to be working in this kind of place. It's so much better than working in your bedroom, whatever.
Is that Ormo
Baths? Yeah. It's a really good spot.
Yeah.
So he started working in there, and then after that, we started just getting a lot more tight after that. Back then, about this time last year, we had calls about starting a podcast, doing all this kind of thing, and even in terms of what we do professionally, it was always pretty much the exact same thing anyway. And then so for the actual gaff itself, there was we were both viewing apartments in Belfast. Like I had in my head that I was going to move in by myself. He was going to move in with his girlfriend at the time, and there was one day I was out and about. I texted him, was like, "Here, mate, I got around to view one at Obel. Do you want to come with me?" And it was on like the 17th or 18th floor or something like that. Went around, viewed it, and one of our friends, she lived at the top floor. She was our neighbour pretty much. She doesn't live there anymore. And we were coming out as she was coming in, and she was like, "Do you want to come up and see mine just for a bit of crack?" So we went up, seen the views, and it was a wee bit like, fuck, it was a bit surreal, even in her apartment.
Yeah.
And she told us the one is next door is free. Like, I know the landlord, I could get you a viewing. And me and Jay just kind of looked at each other and was like, fuck it.
Fuck it, why not?
Yeah, well, why not? Why not? Literally, just one of them moments. It was like, I'll split the rent with you. And we were like, right, okay, son. So went and viewed it the next, I think it was like 2 days after or whatever. And just whenever we walked in, again, it was that there, I said in my podcast, it was just kind of that feeling of like, fuck, there's definitely something in this. Like, I reckon we should make this happen. We kind of looked at it and was like, we both do the same thing. We'll be bouncing off each other. Like, this is going to put us on this level. Like, why the fuck would we not do it? Money.
It gives you a status, doesn't it? That
yeah,
kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of. Like, to an extent, yeah, it does, mate.
It's kind of like what 50 Cent says. There's a fine line between it, but what he says, like, if you own a nice car, the chances
100%.
are someone's going to the guy
He said that
in the Rolls
if you
Royce,
pull up, he'll look at you.
the guy in the Rolls Royce is going to look at you if you're in a nice car. But
100%.
if you're not in a nice car, the chances are he's not. So, but there's a fine line of doing it for the status and to get.
We didn't do it for that. It was kind of just we looked at it a lot of things. Financially, I was like, you know what,
you can't afford it.
You can afford it, and living with someone that's very like-minded, and we're on that like our businesses. We're very calculated in what we do. Do you know what I mean? We're like we are very calculated individuals. Like, so we kind of looked at a lot of things together and was like, yeah, I feel like this is a good move. And yeah, mate, it has been movie. I'm not gonna lie, mate. It's been a bit nuts. Like there are sometimes.
See the pre-parties in there.
What is going? Like the parties are class, mate. Like I'm not gonna lie. The thing is, we're 24, mate. I'm having fun. Like I am having a lot of fun with what I'm doing as well. Don't get me wrong. See, when it's time to work and crack on, we're fucking dialed in, mate. Like today, this week, we've been so dialed in, and that's where I get most fulfillment out of, is being dialed in and actually progressing in my work, not just talking to people about, oh, my gaffs class, I drive a nice car, or wait to hear about the party we had at the weekend. Like that's all that's all stuff that's very in the moment. I want to be working towards something that's fucking will set me up for life. And you're building stuff with people that you've grew up with and that you're friendly with, and you're all mutually working towards a higher vision. That's what I get most fulfillment out of. But don't get me wrong, mate. See, Friday, Saturday night, I let loose, have a fucking good time, and it is, mate. It's class. Like we're 24. Do you know what I mean? It's like a lot of people will give us a fucking
because I'm sure you're not going to stay there forever. Like when you're 36, you're not going to be there. You might as well party it up while you're there.
Exactly. Like a lot of people will give us a very hard time, but mate, we're enjoying our lives. Like, do you know what I mean? And there's no other way to put it. I didn't go to uni. I never got to experience like the uni kind of life. Now, like we're doing things at a pretty big scale. Do you know what I mean? I'm having fun
while you're doing it, mate.
You need to come up to our gaff sometime, bro.
Yes, mate, 100%.
Fall on Friday night. There was maybe you get a wee bit loose, like. But mate, it has
2 drinks and I'm.
You were saying that you're a lightweight. Like?
Honestly, mate, biggest lightweight going.
Seriously?
Mate, bad. Especially if I don't eat, and I have like 2 vodka cokes. I'm stocious drunk, like.
For fuck's sake, bro. Can't be coming out with us, getting on like that. Like
I would be.
Big man
I'm fucked in the prees.
Big man will be on the waters the whole time, fucking the prees. He's like, oh, I'll just stay up in this gaff here. I'll play Bieber on the speaker. He's going
Bieber
right.
Straight on. Chris Brown's my guy, to be fair, mate.
Do you like Breezy, do you?
Mate.
What about Tory Lanez, mate?
Tory Lanez my guy
Tory
as well.
is a G.
I actually seen
new
him
Drake
live.
album. What I was saying, new Drake album's a banger.
It's dead on. I haven't listened to it enough to like love it.
It's class.
But I seen Drake live.
Have you seen Drake live?
In 2019, I think it was.
In Dublin?
In the O2. It's the time he actually turned the O2 to the O3. Like the sign on it was the O3.
O2 until the
and mate,
died.
seeing he dropped that line in it, the place went mad. Like Tory Lanez actually opened for him.
Tory
opened.
Lanez is
Steph
class.
London came on with him and did because they have a song together. They did a song, I think, Senseless.
I seen Tory around about this time last year in Manchester. He's class. Tory's amazing.
He's really
good. Do you like your music, do you?
Yeah.
I love music is everything for me as well.
Mate.
Like clothes, music, I love it all, mate.
I struggle. Well, see the 50 Cent Audible book. Like I see, trying to listen to it instead of music was like a struggle for me because I'm like I'd rather just listen to 50 Cent music.
As well. Who would be your top 3 artists?
Tory's up there.
Yeah.
Chris Brown's probably number 1.
Yeah.
If not,
top Spicer, like
but then Bieber as well. Like
mine is Drake, not in no order. Drake, Travis Scott, and Bieber, 100%. Other ones on that would be the likes of Tory Lanez. Tory would definitely be up there.
Tory's up there.
Top 4 is Drake, Travis Scott, Bieber, Tory Lanez. Done.
No, I would agree. I would probably agree with that. Chris Brown for me, but still,
I've never really went
still,
through
I'm
a
a
Chris
breezy
Brown phase,
man,
like breezy, nah.
Same
Never.
Freaky Friday comes on the club and shit.
Do you
Or
like
Loyal,
that
like
tune?
Tyga as well, my guy. Tyga's up
Tyga.
there.
I don't know, Tyga.
Lil Wayne's
Yeah.
up there.
You would definitely love Alibi.
I
then,
mean,
bro.
Alibi's my joint.
You definitely would love Alibi.
Are you never in Alibi?
Nah. Places we be at the minute, I mean, we're in all
National's good.
National's
solid.
class,
But
man.
then there's nowhere to dance and shit.
Yeah, but
And in the front bit you can, like,
Yeah.
I remember walking in one Friday night and there was a bit of
see,
50
it's
Cent
just
on,
got to be
and
live
it was
music
good.
there anyway. So like,
I know, I
mate,
need
we're
R&B
on Ollie's a decent bit these days as well.
Ollie's I went on a Friday, I think, and it was okay.
So we were in Ollie's on Friday and Saturday, but we'd always go like National, Dirty Onion kind of vibe first, and then see when it hits maybe one, go to Ollie's then. But mate, the tunes in Ollie's on Saturday were good.
good?
We were playing Sicko Mode, like some
shit.
new Drake and all. Like it was, mate, I'd be going for it. Like, do you know what I mean? So yeah, their be's decent. Like.
And that's literally down from the Obel Tower too. Like you're 2 minutes from
That's
home.
the thing. Everything's at the doorstep.
Any
man.
wonder you're on the sesh? Fuck me. You
I'm
can
not
just
on
walk
the
home.
sesh. I'm not on the sesh. Like by no stretch of the means am I on the sesh.
On the
But,
sesh on a Friday night.
Literally, it's 2 seconds away. Do you know what I mean? Like if I want to go home and change my jacket, I could be back in 10 minutes.
that's
Like, do you know what I mean?
See,
it's handy.
see going out for where I'm from, man. See trying to get a taxi or
Mate,
a train.
I've been there. It's horrible, I've slept
man.
in the car.
It's horrible,
I've
like.
slept on mate's sofas. Like
Aye.
I've been through it.
It's
So
shite,
see
mate.
now, I'm enjoying it. I've got my own
mate.
place. Like,
It's so shit. Like last train's at 11:15. Like which is
would you not
fucking
move
mad
into
early.
Belfast?
I probably wouldn't. You know,
Really?
I don't think I would. Like
Do you see yourself living here when you're older?
in Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
Yeah, Northern Ireland is home, mate.
Yeah.
It is home. Like
Yeah.
I lived in New York for 6 months.
Did
with
you?
My best mate.
What
yeah.
were you doing there?
Did an internship with a church I used to be part of.
What church?
It's called Metro Ministries.
Did you ever see Hillsong Church?
Yes, I
Yeah.
actually want to talk to you
Their
about the church.
music is insane.
Isn't it really good?
Like insane.
Are
What
you
got-
are you a church guy?
I wouldn't say church. I would say, oh, man, this could go deep here. Like,
No, that's cool, that's what
so
I want.
like my grandparents were like always religious Catholic, so I was always kind of around that kind of thing. My parents never pushed it on me too much. But I'll tell you the truth here, mate. This is what happened. So whenever I was 17, I was away on holiday, south of Spain, Marbella, family holiday, and for some reason that holiday, I just started looking into. I just stumbled across a Hillsong conference on YouTube, and I was like, "This is different." Because I can't, like, I don't know what, like, Catholic churches, like, it's very traditional, like, it's like, it's not really youthful. It's like you've got an old priest and he's dressed in cloaks and stuff like that, and it's not that welcoming. Whereas
You brought up Catholic then?
yeah, Catholic. So I stumbled across this this church, and there was music. The pastors are dressed on like cool, like, do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, they're dressed cool. It's relatable.
It's very modern
and they're
and shit.
fucking passionate about preaching like the word of God. And I was like, right, this has something in it. Like, this is definitely a wee bit more of me. And then the last night of that holiday, I literally just felt like a powerful presence that I'd never felt before in my life. Like, call that a spiritual awakening or whatever, but like never felt any, it was a higher power kind of thing. I never felt anything like it up until that point. And that was me. It was like, I was like, right, there's something in this. Like, that just didn't happen for no reason. And I was 17 on a family holiday. I was not under the influence of like psychedelics, weed, anything. Like, I was pure sober.
Yeah.
I might have been a wee bit in the fields because it was the last night of the holiday, but apart from that, nothing. And then after that, it was funny, Bieber actually posted on Instagram a photo of this here book. It was called Jesus Calling. And it's pretty much a daily devotion every single day of like scripture. And I got that book, mate. It's class. I still do it every single
So
day.
do you read the word every day?
Every day, so it's like, so June
Today's
14th.
word.
Obviously today isn't June 15th, but like, it's just that there. Read it every single day,
Yeah,
and
so cool.
that like.
Have you gave your life to the Lord at
No,
that time?
I
or
wouldn't.
anything
No,
like
definitely not. Like, to that extent. I think later on in my life, I would say I'm like a spiritual Christian but I don't go to church or anything. I'll be honest, I don't go to church. I talk to God in my own time. I listen to a lot of Christian music. Like, Hillsong music for me is like, it's in the Spotify Wrap every single year. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah.
I
Would you be on that?
Yeah, I was a devoted Christian, man. For like, I'd
Like,
still
would you
call
go to
myself.
church? Would you?
Yeah, I was church every Sunday, twice on a Sunday. I used to be a life group leader as well,
Nice.
where I would kind of host my own wee church in my own wee. I had an apartment as well.
Class.
Used to host like a mini church in there on
Yeah.
like a Wednesday night, and it was just more to, like a get together.
Yeah.
You maybe bring like a small word or something.
Yeah.
It was mostly just for the whole, just to get to know people, build relationships and
Yeah,
that.
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I gave my life to the Lord, mate, when I was really young, like maybe 12 or 11 or
And
something
did your
like that.
parents push it on you, or did you have?
No, my mum was a Christian. My dad's actually from Mauritius.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Hindu, and my mum's a Christian. She's from Ballymena.
Uh-huh.
So Ballymena meets
Nice,
Mauritius, like, and
yeah.
it's me. And yeah, so I gave my life to the Lord just really young. It wasn't my parents. I did go to church, and I found it for myself, to be
Yeah,
fair.
yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I thought church was great. And it probably was. I did have a moment where I felt like God probably spoke to me, and I was like,
Exactly.
this is a calling for
Yeah,
my life. Like,
that's exactly how
so
I felt as well.
I went for it. I'd done it for a long time. That led to the New York thing as
Class.
well. So I ran Sunday schools in New York.
Yeah.
6 days a week, 3 times a day. Me and my best mate, and there was like 10,000 kids came every week. Like,
That's
it was
unreal.
mad. Like,
We were supposed to go to Hillsong, me and my ex, we were supposed to go to Hillsong conference just past there, but there was one of the lead pastors, obviously a lot of stuff happened with Carl Lentz.
mate, I met Carl. I have a photo with Carl.
I have his book.
I have his book on the moment.
Fucking brilliant,
Mate,
mate.
I've got a fucking tattoo here.
Do you?
OTM for
OTM,
on the moment. Like.
On the moment was brilliant, mate. Yeah, I got that back in, that would have been about 2017.
Yeah,
that came
yeah.
out.
Yeah,
Got
mate.
that there. Judah Smith as well.
Judah Smith's Bieber's pastor.
Bieber's pastor. He had a book called Life Is. I read that. It was really good. But there's been a lot of scandal around Hillsong Church as well.
Yeah,
Brian Houston, there was scandal, and I think that's when they were like, right, we
Aye.
cancelled it. I'm
I
raging
watched the
they did.
documentary.
I'm raging they cancelled it because, oh mate, their music is, even if you're not religious or you don't see yourself as Christian, that music would take you somewhere. Like it
Aye.
would. It's fucking powerful,
Yeah,
mate. It's so
really
powerful.
good. But I watched the documentary on Hillsong, and like,
Is there a documentary?
Yeah, it's on Discovery Plus. I do recommend watching it now.
I'll check it.
It is filmed on a bias not to build a church, so
Yeah.
you have to keep in mind. Yeah, there's a lot of facts in it, which I do agree with, but
Yeah.
they're obviously trying to tear it down. So you kind of have to look at it at that angle. But I watched the documentary, mate, and it was great, and they took a different angle on Carl than I thought.
Yeah.
So I was a big Carl fan. Obviously,
I think he's cool. He's cool.
Cool guy.
Really cool guy.
He was really good on Impulsive. I don't know if you watched his episode
Did
on
watch that? Yeah,
It was
did
good.
watch that.
Got a photo with the guy, like had a conversation with him. It was mint. Like
Yeah.
I thought I was flipping balling at that
You
point.
met him? That's class.
Yeah, a
mate.
photo with
That's
him, man. It's
unreal.
cool. Like, he commented on it and all. It was
That's
sick.
sick.
It
That
was
is
sick, man.
He just got a wee bit
But
too caught up.
he got
in,
too caught up.
He was the celebrity pastor. Like he was playing basketball with Amigo straight.
Yeah.
And yeah, he done what he done. But I think they're on good terms now. Though I think they've been able to rework it.
Yeah,
obviously
he
checked
posted
himself.
there recently, and I actually seen you liked it, and that's why I wanted to bring
Laura
it up.
Lentz is his
But,
wife. Yeah,
like him and
seen-
Laura and the kids were all like they're happily
together,
together again.
Yeah,
and-
seen that,
which is good for him.
Definitely, he's
Because
obviously.
I thought that's no way.
That's
should,
it, done.
like-
Yeah. Nah, they've obviously been able to reevaluate things, work through things, and that's it, mate. We're human. You're gonna
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
gonna make
You're
mistakes.
Especially
Always gonna
again,
make
life
mistakes.
on that scale.
100%.
You're
There's so
gonna-
much temptation, so
Aye.
much people, everything. It's you can be if you're not careful, you can easily be like taken away from your path. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, would you say that your faith or anything has any, like, would you say that you would tap into that for like anything you're wanting to move towards in life or anything like that? Because I know for me, 100%, like I would
Yeah.
talk to God about that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
about,
I mean, I still listen to Hillsong every day.
yeah,
To be
same.
fair, like it's on at least once a day. Maybe I'm in the car driving somewhere. Like I listen to it on the way here.
Yeah.
And it's not even just
Favorite
to be spurt.
Hillsong Young and
Oceans.
Free is pretty
Young-
good. Like
Young and Free is good 'cause it's kinda like
you've
banging.
got Hillsong Worship, Young and Free. There's bound to be another one thrown in there as well.
There's another. I think it's.
But
Hillsong
I think
United.
United
That's
is
Joel
good.
Liston leads that one up.
United is good, but I think the Young and Free stuff.
Young and
is
Free is good.
class.
Like, but
Really
Hillsong
good.
Oceans. Have you listened to it?
Oceans.
Aye.
Mate, that's the Wonderwall of
Mate,
Hillsong tunes.
that is
honestly.
like. See if you put that on, you're just guaranteed to cry.
Nah,
Like,
I'll go deeper than that, bro. Pride of a Father, it's class. The Stand is really good. Oh mate, there's so many. But yeah.
There's an album made by United. It was the one I was listening to. It's called Dirt and Grace.
Okay.
Look it up, mate. It's,
I will.
It's a live, like acoustic kind of theme.
Yeah.
But it's all their deep songs. So they got Oceans on it.
Highs and Lows is obviously a banger.
Highs and Lows. That's from the
Highs and Lows
Young
is
and Free. But
big.
mate, we're all over the Hillsong. Like,
We are
look at all
indeed.
these songs, bro.
Mate, I've got Hillsong
Look at that.
Hillsong lyrics
Do
tatted
you?
on me here, bro. Yeah.
What's it say?
Always with you. Wait, oh God, You've made me check myself, bro. Always with you through your spirit in me. Everything's changed, and I'll never be without you. So my grandma, she died last year, and I was really peaceful death and stuff, mate. But like while she was in the hospice or whatever, I was playing Hillsong over, and there's that song in particular. It's called "With You." It's so powerful. So I was like, I have to get that tatted on me. Like,
that's powerful. Like.
That's a deep one, like
That's deep, man. I didn't know that about, and I'm sure no one watching
that
knew
is
that
a
about you.
deep one, bro. I got a wee cross and all in it as well. It's like that's
cool,
obviously a side that like probably a lot of people won't know of me. Like so, yeah.
No, I was a dedicated church man for a long time until I was about 21, and we actually spoke about it on the boys podcast, and we're doing a boys podcast soon about Christianity very soon.
Yeah.
It's going to be good, like me and my mates. But we were heavily involved in the Green Pasture Church. I don't know if you've heard of it.
That's the one out there.
Yeah,
isn't
yeah.
it? Yeah.
So we're going to do an episode on that, but we'll talk about that at a different time. But we went to there, and up until I was about 21, and we just kind of fell away a little bit. Like
it can happen,
we didn't
bro.
go to
like
church
we're
as
young.
much. You know,
We're young.
we just kind of fell away from it a little bit. We started drinking and partying.
Yeah. Living life,
yeah,
mate. Exactly.
Doing what you do in your 20s.
Exactly,
you know what I mean?
exactly. But it's
so,
like,
but I do know, like, it's something, I don't know about for you, but it's something that's always there. Like, it's very hard to escape it.
It's in your soul, like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. But I think that, like, you can practice it it's whatever works for you. If you want to practice it in a church and you find you have a connection with God through that, absolutely. But equally, you can practice it anywhere, and that's the power of it. Your bedroom, anywhere you are. You know.
Who is Jesus to you? What would you say?
Who is Jesus to me? That is a big question.
That's on the spot.
I'll let you lead that one first. Who's Jesus to you?
Jesus to me, like, is, I think, like, see, having like a real relationship. I think that like that's what Jesus wants. I think.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a mega church. I don't think.
I agree. I don't think it's this thing that has to be done by a book. It's
No.
It's like when you connect with God, you'll come from a place in your soul, like your mind and soul. And I think it's about tapping into that higher heavenly power, like the Holy Spirit, essentially, is what people talk about. I think it's about tapping into that, and just being very still in your thoughts and just communicating, you know, because for me, I know when I do that, you'll feel the presence, you know, and like there's probably a lot of people that would like look at that there kind of thing and think, oh, that's wishy-washy, like that's sort of shit, but it's not. Now, to be fair, for me, it's not a thing that I actively chased in my life. Again, I had an experience, and after that, I naturally gravitated towards it. So like I can't speak for everyone like when I say about that, but it's like for me, whenever I do slow down and be present in my thoughts and do what I need to do, you'll always always feel that presence, bro. Yeah,
that's cool, man. I genuinely didn't know any of that about you. Like,
that's the thing. Well, I'm hardly gonna be
Hillsong lyrics on
TikTok, what's good? But yeah, man, there's so many. We're humans. There's so many fucking layers to everyone, and you'll have your public kind of persona that you put on your social media, like. But yeah, that is obviously something that is very deep at my core. You know, so yeah.
Well, that's cool. Like, say I grew up with it my whole life, and something that was deep for me. Like I was preaching the word for a while, for a long time. Like, and I feel like God gave me a gift for communicating with people, and I've kind of ran with it, and that's why I do this. That's why I do the podcast. That's why I do TikTok.
100%.
It's because it's something that's God given me. Like,
definitely,
and it's why I do what I do. And
it's one of them things that's like whatever you apply your mind to, and in my opinion, and back up with your faith and actually communicate with God about that. There's no limits to what you can do. Like honestly, I really don't think so. I think there's so much power. There's so much power in it. You know. There's conversations too.
Yeah, it's mad. Like,
I feel like there's just complete silence in here, and we're just
going for it.
I like it, bro.
That's cool. Mate, we'll finish with some quick fire questions.
Let's run it.
And we'll let you get back to the Obel Tower to get back to it, mate.
Fuck, 9 o'clock, bro. I need to be back for 9.
I need to run.
Forrest Gump.
Quick fire, right? Let's go. Let's hit it, mate. Right.
Yeah.
What makes a good kisser?
Lips, 100%.
All lips.
Yeah, it's got to be lips. Slow as well.
Aye.
Don't attack me. Don't be going too fast. Like slow down, relax.
A wee bit of tongue though.
Obviously, hell yeah, bro. A wee bit, like depending on where it's going, like. But yeah, lips, slow down, relax.
Cool.
Yeah, defo.
Favorite place for a coffee? Where would you go if you're going for a coffee in Belfast?
Coffee. Established is pretty nice. but I don't like to sit in there. It's always way too busy. Cafe Nero outside City Hall, mate. That's always been the go for me, like since way back. Yeah.
I seen your Instagram story about it. I think that's where you kind of like did your setup.
That is a good one. Anything else? Other quick fires?
Yes, mate. We'll hit you just a few.
Yeah.
Favorite brand to wear? I know you're quite a fashionable.
Represent, Fear of God.
Is that Fear of God?
Oh no, these are Fear of God.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Rep. I love Rep.
Fear of God.
Fear of God.
Jerry
Lorenzo.
Oh.
Yeah,
my guy,
Jared Lorenzo's sick from back in the day, especially back in Bieber Purpose days as well.
Yes, mate.
But yeah, mainly Represent. Obviously kicks. I like my Nikes and stuff like that as well. Jordans. Yeah.
iPhone or Android?
Don't be silly, bro.
Come
on.
iPhone all day.
Did I strike you as an iPhone type of guy, like?
And on iPhone
all the
iPhone
time,
all day. You can't imagine going on a date,
mate.
pulling out.
If I went on a date,
and she
I don't mean
pulled
this
out
in
an
a
Android.
dickhead way, but like, I would ask people what I used to ask, what's your biggest dick, bro? If a girl's rocking with an Android, like,
Is that your ick?
mate, I don't want to be like, you can tell on someone's IG when it's the Android.
You
and I don't
can,
mean that
yeah.
in like a snobby way or anything like
No,
that. But, it's
no,
just
but I know what
aesthetic
you
and all.
mean, though. I know
like,
what you mean.
Android,
There's a certain green
Android
or
users
something.
have a different brain, bro. They do. Like that is a fact. They're tweaked differently than iPhone users. Like.
Favorite song at the minute, which is probably going to be one of the one-off
Favorite,
Drake's album.
honestly, favorite song all time is Butterfly Effect by Travis Scott. It's the number one
best one?
lifestyle. Yeah, bro. See if I'm on an extreme high, I'm Butterfly all the time. There's just something about it. It just hits. It hits so different for me. But Butterfly Effect probably would be number one life song for me. Like.
Last question for you, my man. Who's a...
Drop a few more. I'm liking these.
you like these, mate?
Yeah,
That's why
spin off a couple. Go on your
keep it
TikTok.
rolling.
Go on your TikTok and just look down at the other questions. I'm liking these. Like,
Who's your biggest role model in your life? Who do you think's really molded you?
I'm not gonna lie. Bieber has definitely had a massive play on me. I wouldn't say he's the number one. I think people have looked up to. Used to look up to Kanye West quite a lot. Not so much now. I think he's a wee bit.
His interview with his peers was fucking mad, mate.
So I'd say definitely Kanye was definitely one back in the day. Bieber. I think that like Ben Francis from Gymshark.
Yes.
Mike and George Heaton from Represent as well.
Yeah.
They're the two owners. They've done a fantastic job there. Who else? Stephen Bartlett from Diary of a CEO.
I love listening to him.
He used to own an agency as well, Social Chain. Him. He used to run an agency.
Yeah.
Him, I think he's class. Who else we got? So that's
Stephen Furtick for me. Like I know Carl Lentz. He was obviously one of mine.
Yeah, he's cool. He's
But
a
I probably
good
can't
pastor.
say him now. But Stephen Furtick is really good.
He is good.
He's really good for me, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I would still throw in Carl Lentz to be fair. He done what he done, but
Doesn't undo.
it doesn't undo everything
else.
else he done. Like in terms of the church, it would have been him and Judah would have been Brian Houston as well. But in terms of the one that I gravitated towards, definitely Carl Lentz. Throw us another couple,
Yes,
bro.
mate.
I'm enjoying these.
Starbucks or Costa, if they're both sitting there, what one are you going to?
Starbucks, definitely.
Yeah, I used to work there too.
It's got it. I actually worked in Starbucks for one day.
Did you?
Yeah, Junction 1. Yeah.
Did you actually? Day one?
Because I used to work in House of Fraser.
Who was on your shift?
Oh, fuck me, bro. It was one day. I don't have a clue. There was a sweet.
I don't know them all.
There was a sweet bird, though, to be fair.
Was it Whitney?
So I worked there for one day, and then House of Fraser got back to me and said, "Yeah, they'll take me on again." So I was like, "Starbucks."
Mate, you'd have loved the Starbucks job.
See you later.
See, pick up birds.
Not Junction 1 though, mate.
It's good, man.
Working in retail in the middle of Belfast, mate, the birds that came through there.
Okay,
man,
fair.
I worked on women's wear as well, so you were constantly around girls all the time. It was class, mate.
Oh, man.
Another few quick fires.
Another quick fire, mate. Let me see. What favorite car?
I mean, I obviously could say like a Lambo or anything like that, but I've always liked the i8, the BMW i8.
It looks nice, doesn't it?
I don't know, like listen, I like my cars. I'm definitely not like a big massive.
You're not into getting
head.
a lowered remap
I
and
like.
all that shit, are you?
I have a nice car. I like a nice car, but I'm not like buying on mad spec. If it looks nice aesthetically, nice spec inside, I'm happy. But yeah, I've always liked the BMW i8. To be fair,
I know they do look really good. To be fair,
might be next up.
What's your top trait you look for in a girl? Like, what's the one thing you're like that needs to be there, or
So
you can't?
honestly, if it's on, so right now I'm single. I'm not looking for anything serious
Hey, girl.
right now. I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm looking for anything serious. If I do, I'd be dating. I'd be going on dates and stuff like that pretty consistently at the minute. But if someone strikes me and I'm like, whoa, but at the core, I actually think it has to be that spiritual kind of like connection. If it's my wife, mate, whoever my wife is, whoever I lock down for the rest of my life, there has to be
there
that.
has to be a God thing there.
Godly kind of, that spiritual kind of there has to be that, like 100%.
Cool,
right now, that's the thing. Right now, I wouldn't say I'm definitely not looking at a long-term relationship, bro. I'm just out of one, and God knows what's going to be happening for me over the next couple of years. Like I'm in a very good place in the minute. I'm enjoying myself, but whenever whoever I lock down for the rest of my life, there has to be that, bro. Yeah, definitely.
What would be your ideal holiday? Some people love city break, some people love beach day. Like, where would you love to go?
So like, one with a girl, hit the Maldives or the Bahamas or something like that. Like, something like that. One with the boys, like Ibiza or something. I haven't done Ibiza or anything like that yet. Like,
I went to Benidorm. It's fucking unreal.
Benidorm?
It's mint, mate.
That's smicked out, mate. Why is that?
We were on the stag. We talked about it on the boys pod, but some mad shit went down. I'm not even going to repeat it on this. Like, but
one with
I highly recommend. Like,
I'm actually, because I was in a relationship for 3 and a bit years there. Lovely girl, love the relationship and stuff like that. But at the minute, I am loving the lads being around, mate. It's a different kind of energy when it's all the boys, and again we're all moving in the same direction, mate. It's fucking class. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
No, Pete, mate, that's what it is.
I'm liking it.
What has been your favorite series to watch, like on Netflix or Prime or anything like that? Do you watch?
I watch a wee bit, bro. If I'm with someone, I'll watch. See, by myself, not. I've recently stopped. See, after I was listening to 50 Cent, I whacked on Par. Par's brilliant. Par's good.
Have to support him. Like.
Did you ever watch the series You on Netflix? That was
I haven't.
Cracker. That was really good. That Jeffrey Dahmer one was well good as well.
That was good too. Yeah, it was good.
What else? Desperate Housewives, bro. Fuck, what am I on about, mate? That was class. There's a couple for you, like.
Oh yeah, that's class. But last question.
Let's run a couple more.
A couple more.
If I'm 15 minutes late, it's sweet. It's sweet.
More of a deep one.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in like 10 years?
That is a good one. I know I'm definitely not going to be stuck. Like, I know the business will definitely continue to grow. I don't think it'll be here. And honestly, I think, I definitely will go through a stage in my life where we travel with it.
England or something?
Maybe, bro. I would love to run up America for a bit, 100%.
Sick, man.
But whenever I think about where am I going to be, I don't just think about like where's the business. I think who's the people I'm around, what's the quality of my relationship. 100%. I think around a team full of people where there's loyalty, I can trust. Surrounded by a team full of winners, everyone's got the same motive, everyone's heading in the same direction. That's more what I think about when I'm like, what's the quality of my life? Is the people around you? Because, mate, the business could be stripped from me tomorrow. TikTok could delete my account tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? It's like you need good quality people around you, because if shit did hit the fan, you need people that you can rely on. And likewise, when you're winning, you want to be surrounded by people who are there actually for you, not just because 100%. Of who you are, what you have, what apartment you have, what car you drive. Do you know what I mean? So quality of people, definitely. Cool. Good quality people around me, eating good food.
Yes, mate.
Nice women around.
That leads me into my next question, actually, talking about food. What's your favourite meal? Like, if you're going out for a dinner, like, what you kind of ordering most of the time? Mate,
I'm not going to lie, Zen is well good for a nice wee date spot. Like, if you ever want to take the bird there, that's a good one. But that's like,
been yet,
it's Asian fusion food, but it definitely wouldn't be the favourite.
It is nice. It's the one with like the big like strip with like the.
It's well sexy inside. It's nice. Like dark, nice spicy cocktails. You'd fucking love it. But man, I like a steak. Like, I'm not gonna like carbonara as well. Carbonara's the death row meal, mate. Yeah, it is. Yeah,
it's just
you
one
can't
you
go
wrong,
bro.
Yeah, you know what you're getting. It's like a coconut.
Hits every single time. Carbonara. Is that the last one?
Yes. Well, I'll ask you one more actually. I'll ask you one more.
Quick fire questions.
Quick fire.
10 minutes. 10-minute interval. Fucking right.
Last one, mate.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've got your own pod. Hard listen. Who's your dream guest? Who would you like absolutely love to host an interview?
Bro, JB.
Yeah.
Has to be, Biebs. Imagine sitting down, you've got 2 hours of Bieber's time, and you're tapping into that, like tapping into the mind of that boy, like experiences he's had, everything. It would be an interesting conversation.
Bieber, like, he's the GOAT for you. Like,
Biebs is
if
the
you could
GOAT.
spend 1 minute with him, you'd be fucking over the moon, like.
I'd be, Nah, he is a GOAT. Not in like a big mad fanboy kind of way, but I've just always respected him.
Like, he's done well.
Always respected him, even for like the church kind of stuff as well. music, he's done it all, mate. So he's a guy, I'd have a good conversation with Beebs.
Well, hopefully we see him on Hard Listen very soon, like.
Beebs at the top of the Obel, bro.
Imagine, mate.
Oh, mate.
But that's it for today, mate. Honestly, thank you so much for driving down and coming down. I know it's a bit of a break for you, like.
Mate, 20
you
minutes.
have an appointment
Very
soon. So we better let the man go, but follow Geady at Geady.
Yeah,
is it Dynaco?
Geady Dynaco, yeah.
Geady Dynaco. Follow him on TikTok, Instagram,
Insta.
everything. Hard Listen Podcast as well is on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram. Follow it, run it up too. Man's doing some good stuff.
Facts.
But yeah, thank you so much, mate, and see you in the next one.
My guy.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Peace.